Today is February 2nd, 2020, about 3:25 a.m. I'll start this off with, I think I decided to call this thing Eu-Changelog, kind of play on my name. One of my original ideas, something along the lines of, like, it's not you, it's me, but EU, but it is you, it's me. Like, I thought it was pretty clever, but I also did not want, I feel like it's a little bit of a negative thing, and I'm trying to be a little more positive here. So I figured probably not targeting myself, but kind of trying to highlight the progress and kind of the evolution of everything over whatever time it takes to, I mean, not whatever time it takes, but through this whole process, which really is just life. Anyway, I've not been good at making these. Probably just been really busy. The last one I did was, like, I think it was about a month ago today, when I was still in Austin. So decent amounts happened. Had a lodge banquet that was just busy. The big thing was we had a holiday party in January the 18th. And for that, for the very first time, I got to check the box that says +1. And I took Alma from the print room. Part of that, leading up to that, there was one of the plant manager the day before told Nate to tell me to tell my boss who I was bringing, so that he could explain all the rules. Which, first of all, why they don't just talk to me directly, I don't know. Second of all, why does it matter? It really annoyed me because it's not a rule that would apply to anyone else. It's purely because it's someone who works here, someone from the plant, not someone from the office that would normally be at the party. And I don't know, why does it matter? They're all people, they're responsible. I'm not worried, I wasn't worried about anything, and, like, even still, like, I still wouldn't be worried about anything. She was excited to go, though. She told me a couple days before we went that she had gone to buy an outfit. And I was excited to see that. And then, so I went to go pick her up on that day. And in my mind, the first thought was just, wow. But I didn't communicate that. And that threw me off a little bit. Because in my mind, I kept thinking about it, but as more and more time passed, it was like, I can't bring this up now. It's just awkward now. So there was a little bit of that, but I mean, she did look great, and I mean, through conversations later on, like, she doesn't really get out all that often, and it was really nice, and I really should have said something at the time. We had a good time. I mean, a lot of it, I felt like it was kind of okay through a lot of it. Toward the end was kind of more where I felt like I really connected with her. And there was a point where we were talking, and it was a group of people. We were down on the lower deck, and it was shortly before we were going to get off the boat. And she was telling me about this grilled cheese sandwich she makes. And Nate was, the reaction on my face, he just found hilarious. But I mean, like, it did sound very good. And that kind of led into things that she was passionate about and interested in, and kind of like some life goals and aspirations. And I mean, like, there was a lot of it going back and forth. And for a moment, I started getting very self conscious about all the people that were sitting there listening to everything. And in a moment, it just all went away. And it was like, it was just me and her. And it was kind of this tunnel vision. And that's never happened before. Um, that may have also been some sort of point that triggered for me. Not triggered, but like clicked or something. Um, we went to, I mean, like, got off the boat later on. I walked her off. It wasn't until we got up from the couch that I realized how much she had had to drink. Um, but I mean, it's fine. Like, I don't care. Um, if she enjoyed herself, that's what I really care about. Um, but yeah, so walked her over to the car, got her in. We were all gonna go to Denny's, and Nate, Eve, uh, Marcus, Alma, and myself. So we did go, and part of the way there, she started feeling sick, and we needed to pull over. Well, we were in the middle of the road, but had to stop there for a minute. But we were talking afterward, and I don't know how much of there. So I know the whole point of this is for me to be a lot more open about things, um, and there's parts of this that I want to talk about, but because I am going to put this online, even though I expect no one to watch it, there's certain things that it's not my place to say. Um, so I'm going to kind of omit sections of this. But that drive to Denny's, we had we talked a bit, and I felt like that was some real heartfelt stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, we got there, still wasn't feeling great. She did eat a bit, but um, yeah, and then I drove her home after that. She was she was she was out pretty much the whole way, but walked her back to her house, and that was the evening. When I woke up the next morning, she was very much in my mind. Um, Same with Monday, Tuesday. And Tuesday, we were working on Shag, trying to get that out. We were trying to get it done by the following Tuesday. And Monday, Beatrix and I went over stuff, figured how we were going to do everything. Tuesday, I was worked from home, ideally, no distractions. But she was so on my mind, I basically got nothing done. So I went to the office on Wednesday, because I figured, you know what, maybe I just need to be there and maybe be around people that'll help distract me. And at one point, Nathan came up, grabbed me, and like, "What's up? Let's go talk." And he spent probably about an hour trying to get it out of me that some point on Saturday, the day of the party, that something inside of me had clicked, and I had feelings for Alma. And I mean, just saying it, getting it out there was really nice, and just it helped a tremendous amount. I was able to actually get stuff done afterward, at least a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like it's hitting me again now. This is already 10 minutes now. This is why I need to do this more often, so they're shorter. But this week I had asked her earlier in the week if she wanted to grab lunch sometime. She said yes. So we were shooting for this Friday. Prior to that, I think that was Tuesday afternoon that I did that. Tuesday evening. Monday, I still, the thing about not having said anything was bothering me. So I went down. I saw that she was out, like, throwing some stuff in the dumpster. So I was going to go walk over and talk to her. And Marcus ended up intercepting me. And then it was like everyone was, there was another print guy there, and it threw me off. Said hi. And then Marcus and the other guy were kind of talking to me, and then I kind of talked to Alma a little bit, but nothing in particular. I have a feeling she could tell that I was down there for her, to talk to her, and probably wanted to talk to her kind of alone. Because at one point she filled out a form, asked if I wanted to come walk with her to drop it off. And so I did. And walked there, talked a little bit. When we were walking back, I said that I wanted to apologize because although I thought it, I hadn't actually said anything, but that she had looked really nice that evening. And it was just, it was something that I felt like I needed to say in person. And she thanked me and immediately started apologizing for, not but like for maybe the way some things went. It was nothing I was worried about or concerned about. Like, I think it was all perfectly fine. Just again, backtracking even further, in the car, she had apologized to me, and said that isn't normally what she's like. She likes to maintain control, and the only reason she drank as much as she did was because she was there with me, and felt comfortable around me, which I thought meant a lot to me. Anyway, Tuesday evening, I texted her, asked her if she wanted to grab lunch sometime that week. And then Friday, she sent me, we were shooting for Friday. She said probably like 2 p.m. is when she normally goes to lunch. So that's what we were shooting for. Friday, she messaged me, asked me if we were still up for lunch. I said, yeah. I've just got out of my meeting, pretty much free until 4 when I have the interview, right around there. And her lunch kept getting pushed a little bit, and it got kind of tight. Didn't necessarily want a chance because I knew it was supposed to be. I knew the interview was a 2-hour window from 3 to 5. My section, in theory, was roughly an hour in, but there could have been some variance there depending on how long or how short other people took. So I tried to be back in by like 3:50, 3:45. Or at least that was the goal. But when it was basically not going to happen, I feel really dumb for saying this. Maybe it's fine. But she had said, I'm just going to read this here. Give me one moment. We could switch to a different day. My day has been pretty busy too. Sorry about that. I said we could meet up another time and or we could just talk or something. No worries. My day's gotten pretty packed too. It happens here way too often. Uh, she said, LOL, yes, that's part of the ruggable life. And then I said, do you want to shoot for next week sometime? I had sent that about 4 minutes into our lunch. I never got a reply to that one. But I was sitting outside when and she came over and was talking and sat there through her lunch. And I mean, like, it was nice to get to talk to her. I would just, I don't know, I'd like to have some one-on-one time and, like, get to know her more. She was really excited when I brought up rock climbing on the boat and going out to see stars, a meteor shower. So I'm going to see if I can maybe make that into something. Just, spend time, get to know her better. But, yeah, I mean, like, some of that's kind of been bugging me the last, day and a half now, roughly. I went for a drive tonight for about 3 hours from about midnight, a little before midnight, 12:45 or so, or sorry, 11:45 or so. Got back about 3:10, 3:15, so maybe 3.5 hours or so. And there was a lot of me. There were a couple times where it was just me yelling, trying to just trying to get stuff out of my, like, de-stress a little bit. I don't know how much that helped, but I drove all the way, took the 55, and then PCH, except for the part where I had to detour around where they were setting up in Huntington Beach. Took PCH pretty much all the way up to, I think, Torrance. There was like a Ford and an Infiniti dealership up there. Flipped around, drove basically the identical route back. And on the way back, it occurred to me that, I don't know, maybe there was something missing there, because the part, I think, where I really started to connect with her was a part maybe she doesn't remember, because she had so much, or because of the amount she had to drink. And again, not faulting that at all, but just, it kind of sucks, because I felt like that was a solid connection at that point, but I don't know. I'll have to see what I can do. I probably need to think more about it if I can. I've got so much to do. I've been working pretty much every day, 18, since the 20th, including weekends, today even. So I think I just need a little bit of a break and a breather and time to think. Overall, in the company, I'm doing well. My boss was saying potential to be a manager or principal within the year. Had a very positive performance review. One thing that stuck out in my mind was that he had said something along the lines of basically me. I often put everyone else ahead of me, put everything else ahead of me. Usually at the sacrifice of me, my health, my sleep. And I mean, like, I do, and I'm always wanting to help other people. But maybe I need to be a little more selfish. I need to take care of me more. The last 2 weeks, 3 weeks even, I really haven't had much of any exercise. And I've been spending so much time at work. I haven't been sleeping as much. Just overall not really taking care of myself. Um, so I think that's something that I need to do, something I need to work on, a way that I need to pivot a little bit. Um, yeah, I did. It's probably almost 4 now. 3:45. I probably look super tired, but some of the stuff was fresh in my mind and I wanted to get it out. And not sleep on it, forget about it, minimize it. It did kind of suck though. They sent out some pictures from the party, and we had taken one when we came in, and apparently we're gonna get prints of those, but there was also one we took on the boat on the top, one of the first things, and that wasn't in the album, which sucks. I don't know. I do have some pictures on a strip here, like one of those photo booth ones, along with the digital versions of them. So I at least have that to remember it. There was a bigger group, but she'd wanted to do karaoke and take more pictures, and I had agreed to, and then we had started talking, and we didn't get to that. But I'd do it all again. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try to do these more regularly, but I can't promise that. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Okay. Until next time, hopefully not nearly as long, but until then.